Many thanks for joining us in the newsroom. The crisis rocking the Federal University Oye-Ekiti foyer over the sack of its registrar has assumed a new dimension as some staff members and concerned citizens of Oye-Ekiti are protesting against what they described as the unjust removal of the registrar. The spokesperson of the group, Adebayo Olaniyi, says the registrar was only instrumental to the fulfillment of promises made by the president to provide 2 million jobs for Nigerians, and they feel his removal was coordinated by the new vice-chancellor. The former registrar was removed on the 27th of April, barely a week after he was suspended by the school's governing council on allegations of misconduct and irregularities in appointments between August 1, 2020 and February 10, 2021. The Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has revealed that his government planned to attack and kill the bandits, even if it meant some students would die in the process, when the 39 students of the Federal College of Forestry Mechanization Afaka, Kaduna State were abducted. According to the governor, such action would only be considered as collateral damage and the price he would be willing to pay instead of paying ransom to the criminals. The Kaduna State Governor spoke on Thursday during a webinar organized by the Africa Leadership Group. He further revealed that before the planned attack could be carried out, the bandits hurriedly changed their location. And still on local stories, the Nigeria Immigration Service (NIS) has rescued 10 suspected trafficked victims along the famous Baba Mutum axis in Katsina State. It was gathered that the victims, comprising an 11-month-old baby girl, 8 women and 1 man, they were said to have been misled by the traffickers whose business is to ferry persons across the border through illegal routes for their selfish gains. Briefing journalists on Friday at the command headquarters in Katsina, the NIS commander Abdul Razak Muazu said none of the victims was in possession of any travel documents with no means of livelihood. A state of emergency has been extended in several regions of Japan as COVID-19 cases surged less than 3 months before the Tokyo Olympics. Restrictions in Tokyo and some regions had been due to end on the 11th of May, but will now remain in place until the end of the month. The move has cast more doubt on whether the Olympics will go ahead as planned. And in business stories, foreign direct investment dipped by 33.3%, which amounted to $30 million in January from $90 million in December. Now, this is according to the latest statistics from the Central Bank of Nigeria's January report on capital importation and capital outflow. Estimated data revealed a reduction in capital importation during the review period reflected the tight global financial conditions. A total of $380 million new capital was imported into the economy in January 2021 compared with $550 million in December 2020. And Israeli security forces killed 2 gunmen and critically wounded a third on Friday after they opened fire on a base in the occupied West Bank. The exchange of fire at the Salem base outside the northern West Bank town of Jenin was the latest violence in the territory this week and came as tensions soared in East Jerusalem over an eviction threat hanging over 4 Palestinian families. 3 firearms and 3 knives were recovered from the attackers. There was, however, no immediate word on the identity of the attackers or any claim of responsibility. And in sports, the Super Eagles will no longer begin their Qatar 2020 World Cup qualifying series as earlier scheduled in June. According to a statement by the World Football Governing Body FIFA, it had been made to push forward Africa's Qatar 2022 matches due to the effects of the coronavirus on the continent. The qualifiers were scheduled to begin in early June, having already been postponed from October 2020 due to the pandemic. Super Eagles manager General Rohr was also expected to release his list of 50 players to use during these qualifiers for the race to Qatar 2022. Well, that's all on the newsroom. Do join us at the top of the hour for more updates. I am Mary Kanu. Bye for now.